Risks, threats, and opportunities. This episode is about risks, threats, and opportunities. Let's start with risks. Risks, an aspect of uncertainty because a risk is an uncertain event or condition that, if it occurs, has a positive or negative effect on one or more project objectives. Negative risks are called threats, and positive risks are called opportunities. All projects have risks since they are unique undertakings with varying degrees of uncertainty. As a project manager, or if you are part of the project team, you should proactively identify risks throughout the project to avoid or minimize the impacts of threats and maximize the impacts of opportunities. Both threats and opportunities have a set of possible response strategies that can be planned for implementation should the risk occur. In order to navigate risk effectively, the project team needs to know what level of risk exposure is acceptable in pursuit of the project objectives. You can get this from your organization and stakeholders and should be communicated to the project team. Let's talk about threats. A threat is an event or condition that, if it occurs, has a negative impact on one or more objects. There are 5 strategies you can consider when dealing with a threat. 1. Avoid. Threat avoidance is when the project team acts to eliminate the threat or protect the project from its impact. 2. Escalate. Escalation is appropriate when the project team or the project sponsor agrees that a threat is outside the scope of the project or that the proposed response would exceed the project manager's authority. 3. Transfer. Transfer involves shifting ownership of a threat to a third party to manage the risk and to bear the impact if the threat occurs. 4. Mitigate. This action is taken to reduce the probability of occurrence and/or the impact of a threat. Mitigation is more effective if the action is taken early on the project than if trying to solve it after the situation happens. 5. Accept. Accepting a threat acknowledges the existence of a threat, but no proactive action is planned. Actively accepting risk can include developing a contingency plan that would be triggered if the event occurred, or it can include passive acceptance, which means do nothing. Moving on to opportunities. Opportunities are events or conditions that, if they occur, have a positive impact on one or more project objectives. There are 5 alternate strategies to consider with dealing with opportunities. 1. Exploit. This is a response strategy whereby the project team acts to ensure that an opportunity occurs. 2. Escalate. Just like in threats, this opportunity response is used when the project team or the project sponsor agrees that an opportunity is outside the scope of the project or the proposed response would exceed the project manager's authority. 3. Share. Opportunity sharing involve allocating ownership of an opportunity to a third party who is best able to capture the benefit of that opportunity. 4. Enhance. This is when the project team acts to increase the probability of occurrence or impact of an opportunity. Early enhancement action is more often effective than trying to improve the opportunity after it has occurred. 5. Accept. Accepting an opportunity acknowledges its existence, but no proactive action is planned. Once a set of risk responses has been developed, it should be reviewed to see whether the planned responses have added any secondary risks. Response planning should be repeated until it's within the risk appetite of the organization. Thank you for watching. If you are ready to ditch boring PowerPoints, check out our interactive course that will help you pass the PMP exam. Go to pmnotebooks.com for more information.